Alright, welcome back to Three Lions TCG, everyone. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of a redemption match, another best of three with friend of the channel and member, Matt. I'm going to be running my black smoker deck, and I believe he's going to be running his blue yellow ace. We have edited our decks around a little bit since our last video, so we've changed quite a lot, and I think we're both, you know, we understand our decks a lot better than we did before, so I think it's going to be a bit of a redemption run for both of us. What do you think, Matt?
Yeah, I think this will definitely be a good redemption arc here for sure. So
we will be, we're going to be timed this time, so we're going to have to make a bit faster of decisions, but I think hopefully we can do a bit more. I may just before we start, I may just say that I can do like a deck breakdown. I mean, I could potentially do it even with Matt's deck too, so you have an idea. If you want, just let me know in the comments if you want to see the breakdown of either of these decks, so you have an idea of what I'm actually doing. Because this time, I'm not going to say what I'm going to do. I mean, this is still casual, of course, but I'm probably going to do it, and then I'm going to say what I did afterwards, because I want to play quick and play fluid for those who already have either played with this deck or kind of know what's going on. It doesn't really matter. Let's just go first.
You're gonna go first. Interesting.
Yeah, I have pretty good options here, actually.
I'm just surprised because normally you always complain about not going first.
Yeah, it's risky. It is risky going first. But I got a decent draw. No, wait, I mulligan.
Oh no!
That's okay. It's okay.
You mulliganed.
I accidentally mulliganed. This is actually okay. This is okay.
He's chalked. Chat, he's chalked. We'll just wait. Plays Searcher.
This would probably be better. And look at that. Look, I attack. I actually don't just end turn. Already better.
Nice.
I will say,
nice.
This background makes it impossible to see the counter step and the turn, and then even the time. So that's the only downside. There might be a way to edit that. I think if you
change your background, you definitely need to think about the color scheme of everything.
Yeah, because it's really hard to see counter and block, but hey, that's okay. You get the gist of it. It's better than just a living room, a dining table background, which is what it was before.
No. Unlucky. Super unlucky here.
Swinging with 9, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to block that. You can have it.
Sick.
Okay, I'm getting a lot of searches, which is okay. We have 5. You got nothing on your board, so
yeah,
we can just sort of play. We can play
unintentional.
Yeah, actually, this is probably a better setup. Let's do this. That's a decent draw. That's worth. Yeah. Let me just swing for 6. Still took a life.
Oh,
didn't mean to do that. Uh-oh.
Yeah, it was 6-5. Yep.
Yeah.
I should have used my 2K. It's fine. All right, let's see. Can I please? Oh my god, bro. 10 cost, 10 cost, 7 cost, 5 cost Yamato, don't care. And then of course I get the Viola blocker that I really want in my hand, but none of the 5 card.
That's unlucky.
And now I only have 4. That's fine.
I had a feeling. I was actually going to say that, but I didn't want to jinx myself, but it happened anyway. Do we want to counter out here? I technically could. What's in our... We got those 2. These aren't bad to have in our... Yeah, you know what? Let's just do that. So now we've got 7 Dawn.
I just wanted to get something out there. I mean, I had 4. I have nothing other that I have nothing else that's a 4 cost other than footing. So
Yeah. Well, I'm
I
gonna
don't think.
do this first. Get you down. So with Kuzan, if you attack, you can -4 to one of your characters. So this brings Pudding down to 0. I swing with 5k, force him. I've still got my 7 Don. Yeah, and then we want to always buff our Smoker. So because there's someone with 0 cost, I get 7 for 1 Don, 7k. So I can swing with 7 now. But we still have another play here. So we could play this, but we kind of want to wait. To be honest, that's not really worth. But we can bring someone back. But yeah, I don't know if that's worth. We'll just do this and get rid of the pudding. We can then swing 2 times. Yeah, I just like, now that I understand the combos, you kind of want to wait a little bit. And I'll explain that later on. But for now, this should be okay. So we should force a card and probably a life here. And having Brook on the field is always a pain for our opponent. Now we swing with 8. So somebody did ask that question in the last video. Why are you adding Don and why are you, why are you attacking with a higher power? Because it seems like it does the same amount of damage as in if they can only take 1 life, and that's true, but because I swung with 8 there, he had to discard, what, 3 cards? Or 2 cards?
I did 2 2K cards.
2 2K cards, right. So you're basically forcing your opponent to remove cards and putting pressure on them and making them make a decision of whether they want to take life or if they want to counter out. So he's gonna get Ace, which is a rush. He has 2 life now, so that's the only thing with him is that he's sort of deliberately taking the life, so now he can swing with a 7k rush Ace, which will make 9. So now this is pretty much impossible to block. Like I'm not gonna counter out 5,000, right? So then he just automatically takes this character.
It's also not impossible to block. You could block it with a blocker.
Yeah, but I don't have one on the field, so
yeah.
It's a bit unlucky of a draw. But we can do something now. So this is one of my other combos. So we can... So with this play we could draw a card and... Yeah, but that's not enough. So I think... this is kind of an unlucky one. So what we'll probably do is actually this. Yeah, and then with Brook we can get rid of that. And then we still have 4, so then we can get a blocker out. We can't really fully utilize our combo, that's the thing, this is why I wanted to hold on to this, but it's not bad, to be honest, because we get a blocker out, so... we can't really attack, but we're setting up for next turn, so... It was a tough one. I mean, I could have summoned this card, but I don't get full value. It's like, you gotta look at, like, value, and at least with this, I get a blocker. I mean, he's got 2 dot, yeah, so he's gonna eliminate it. Because that's how his deck works. But it was probably still worth.
Honestly, your Brook is more of a nuisance than your blocker.
Yeah, that's fair. I at least gave you the option, basically, so that's the good thing.
We'll do this.
Okay. So you get a blocker out, that's fine. Means you can only attack with 1 character.
Yeah,
now this means I can get my full combo. If you know, you know. Alright. So, yeah, just make sure I don't mess this up. We should be okay. Actually, okay, let me just think about it. So we do this. We can play that. And then we can play one of them rested, so that's -2. Okay, actually, what we want to do is just to guarantee it. So this is the combo, I think. I didn't really think about this too, but I think this is going to work. So do this just in case. It only costs 1 Don, so that gets you down to -2. So now you're only a 3 cost, right? We've still got 8 Don, or 9 Don, so we do that. The combo that we know. We get Rebecca out. And then we can actually get another one of these. We can replace the one we just put. We can now use its ability to -2 again. This is the play. Then we can get Brooke from the graveyard, and then we can use Brooke, replace that character, select a target, -1, and do. Wow, look at the combo, boys. That is what I that is what I learned. So that is the cool thing with the Moria, Rebecca, and Brooke combo. You just have to have these cards in here because they're only 1 cost and they do -2. And it works. So, but
can I make a suggestion?
What?
Alright, can I ask a question? Why didn't you add a Don to your leader before getting rid of my ace when he was at 0?
Well, the on-play of Brooke, it's an on-play, so I have no choice. That's the sacrifice I had to make. Like, I there was, mathematically, there was no other way I could do it. But, you know, it's like, I can still attack with this, right? That's why I left the other Don for it. So. Yeah. No, I see what you're saying. It's the one thing where you can't, because I'm going through 2...
Yeah, because it's an on-play. Yeah. You don't get to choose when you get rid of the opponent's character. It just automatically does it if it's at 0. I got you.
Yeah. If you had 2 characters, that's the most ideal for that play, because I could then subtract the cost from somebody else, and then I could have done it that way. But because it's on-play, there's no other way to do that. There's other ways you can do that combo, but that was the best way to execute it there. But what's great about this is I've now got my blocker back. I've got a 9k swing next turn. He's still got to deal with my Brook. He summons a high cost unit. It's going to be Rush, but ultimately...
It's not Rush, sadly, because it heals me. So the one thing that sucks about this is you may add 1 card from the top of your deck to the top of your life. Then, if you have 2 life cards or less, this character gains Rush.
Yeah, so you want to play that when you've only got 1 life?
Yeah, but I wanted to heal first because you get a lot of bodies that can attack me, and I don't have anything. So, if I have...
10 cost is still hard for me to eliminate.
To get rid of, yeah.
It's kind of... I don't like that. I could stop this, but... Honestly,
I figured I'd get the 10 out because you do have a hard time getting rid of 10. You only have 3. You'll have 4 cards now. So, like, the likelihood you'll be able to remove it is not 0, but it's not very high.
I did just get my brand new card that we added to this deck.
Oh, cool. So I'm about to eat my words.
No, I still don't think I have the... No, I don't have the firepower still to do it, unfortunately, but it's still a very useful card. Now, the cool thing is you've got 5k, so I can swing.
You can attack me 3 times right now.
I'm just gonna get... Well, actually, can I do another combo? Let me look into this real quick. It's...
No. Take your time.
It's still 8 Don, though, so it does take up a lot. I don't think I could get both off at the same time. Yeah. No. No, we'll just do this. It's safer.
Okay. All right.
We've got a blocker, so we can still prevent the 10k. Now we just want to... Now we just want to swing, I think. I just want to sing! Here we go. Alright.
Unlucky. No counter in hand. Unlucky.
Yeah, so now you're down to 0 life. I've still got 3, and I've got a blocker, so this is probably the right move. It does allow me to manipulate my hand a bit too, so that's nice. Interesting. So you got rid of an Odin just to get Satori out. That's a 2k counter though, bro. I don't know if that's the good move, but alright. I'm not gonna judge. This card I have here, I leave this in my hand for that exact reason. For the countermeasure. Because it's so situational, this is what I would talk about in a deck review. At least the one I'm talking about here, but it's okay, it's not, but it's for a 5 cost, it's not really that good of effect for me. So, I'm not talking about your Satori, by the way, but okay. This is one of his new cards, yep. This is actually a really good card. The only downside is that I can do a pretty good job of getting rid of it and using it to buff my leader, because it's only a 2 cost. But he does get to look at all my life and return them in any order, if he chose to do that. It's got a dual effect, so it's actually pretty cool, and it's a blocker, so... yeah, he can get rid of that, that's fine. I don't think we want that gone, so we'll utilize this. This is why we keep it in our hand. And now we get a free block if he attacks with his ace. He's only got 1 blocker for next turn, so we've got a lot to swing with. That's the point of setting up Jack here. It's just very good. Okay, he still had the... I didn't notice you had 5 Don left. That's pretty good. That's a bit unlucky. Can't really counter that. Don't really want to block it, because we really want to save the blocker for this ace, because it's 10k. Yeah, well played.
You're just dead set on blocking that 10k ace, huh?
Dude. You have to. After you save the block for the high cost that you can't counter out. But unluckily, I couldn't counter out the other one either. I could now, but okay. But the thing is, my friend. Yeah, combo time. All right. So. Can I actually? No, I can't. Okay. So we can get 4 again. So we can get the blocker back out. And then we can... let me just think here. What do I want to do? We want to do the same thing we did last time. Use this... And we actually want to do it on this one. This kind of sucks though. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. That's okay. Yeah, I shouldn't have done that. That's okay though. I still might be able to. I should just attack with Jack and I should just win. Yeah, that's the problem. I shouldn't have done that. Okay. It's okay. And then we will get rid of this. We'll subtract 1 from you. We can't eliminate anything. That's okay. And we do get at least a 7k here. See, because I could have used Jack to get rid of this ace, right? But if I rest him, then I can't attack with him. So... we should just secure the win. So he's gonna block with one of these, but yeah. But now it's very hard to defend this.
I think I did this incorrectly. Hold on.
He would have to discard 2 cards. Yeah, so we win. Yeah, so I could have used Jack to KO this ace here. That's the cool thing about this Jack, but I think the smarter play was to do that and just take the win.
GG. Unlucky.
Good first game. 1-0. Let's try again. But now I've pulled off the big combo, so you kind of can see. There are plenty of others, though, in this deck. This is an interesting... Am I going first, or are you going first?
You're going first.
Okay. This is not a bad hand. But we don't have any searches. Yeah, we keep...
My hand's alright.
We just keep an end turn. That's fine.
It was good enough to not mulligan.
We'll play for 3 Don. Ah, there you go. So this is why it's so good early here. Because it's an early blocker. And he can just look at all my life. And then he can rearrange the order of them. So he can see if I've got counters set up. So it's actually really cool. I do like this add-on that he's done. You just sometimes forget to use it as a blocker, but that's okay. It's still a new card. But it's good because he can sort of change my life. So if I want to tank life, then he can sort of set it up to where he'll know if I've got a counter or not. So it's just good information, good like sort of in-game knowledge.
It's great, but then sometimes like when he has a good life hand, essentially, it's really hard to like sort this in a way that would benefit me.
Yeah. But at least you know, like, you can keep track of it.
Yeah. You got 3 2K counters in there.
Thanks for letting me know.
Yeah, of course. Doesn't matter. You don't know where they are. You have a 3 out of 5 chance of pulling one when you take life, so...
Yeah. So, like, I have an option here. So if I do this, though, I can only -1, and I don't have another Don. So this hand is actually probably a bit better with 4 Don. And I could do this, but this is pretty much a waste on this card. So actually what we do is just... It sounds stupid, but we just do this. We'll probably just force the blocker. Yeah, just get rid of it. So
Yep.
Get rid of it early.
With your deck, if I don't use it, it's just gone.
Yeah.
So like,
yeah, it is one of those
then
where I can choose to keep that on the field and not attack, but I think that was still the better option. He's gonna swing with that. There's probably no reason to, so we'll take the counter, which is good. So he does know about that, but that's okay. Now we have 5 Dons, so we can really mess around here. We can get set up.
yeah, unlucky. I didn't have a little brother. Normally on a 4 Dawn, I'd play little brother, but
Yeah.
and then I'd be at 7K life or 7K power instead of 5K. But it's alright.
This Kuzan is just a good play here because it doesn't really get useful until next turn when I can attack with it. But I could get to draw a card at least, and it only sucks because he's got a pudding somewhere in his deck, and that's why I just don't really. I want to set up, but at the same time, he's always got that in the back of his hand. So he gets a blocker out. That's fine. He's got 1 Don, so he could swing for 6K. But as we know, we can get rid of this quite easily. Yeah, swings for 6K. Yeah, and I think this is where it's like, do you want to go down to 3 life here? Probably not, because this card's kind of worthless to me anyway right now. So I think we just take advantage of the low counter opportunity. Use it. You gotta remember, cards in my graveyard, oh, my trash, are useful to me as well. Not that one in particular, though, to be honest, but... now we've got 7, so that's quite good. We can... if we attack with Kuzan, we can -4 to this. and then we can get rid of it. And because he doesn't have 7k, we can swing with 5 and still force something, so may as well. You could technically use the blocker, but he takes a life. That's interesting. And then we get this combo out. So now his blocker's gone. We've still got 4 Don. We can do a search. Yeah, let's do some searching. That kind of... we still got 2 Don. This isn't a bad card to get in our hand. I don't mind those in the graveyard. It kind of sucks that we pulled the Jack, though, because that is now gone. We technically could search again. Nah, that's fine. Let's just swing. Get a guaranteed life here. Swing for 7. Either he has to counter out with 2 cards, so then he'll have 4 cards in his hand, which he opts to do. Yeah. So 4 cards in his hand, still got 3 life. So right now, because he's stuck on 3 life, he can't do all those effects that cost 2 life, so that's actually better for us. So he does, this is...
Bro.
Yeah, he's getting a bit unlucky because he has to draw cards. Well, he has to get lucky in terms of getting a 5 cost that matches his baby brother.
No, I didn't want to click it. I was just Oh my god. I was just trying to reorganize the order that they were going to go to the bottom of my deck. Now this is going to go to my trash. This is the downside of playing.
He's an angry elf.
Fine.
Well, that's a 4k to counter.
Goodbye, Ace.
Unlucky, brother. Yeah, so with 9 here, we have quite a lot we can do. I think the safest play, to be honest, though, is to just do this.
%.
No, I should have... Can I cancel? No, I can't.
Nope.
Ah, that's okay. I misplayed. I should have put Don on my smoker first. It's okay, though. We've still got 7 Don, so we can still do some cool stuff. We'll draw another card. What are the chances he's got to put in? Probably pretty high. We'll do this, swing with him, so at least we get another attack in. So that's 5/5. He's got to force. He's either got to draw a life or he's got to get rid of a card. He gets rid of a card. Big card. It's a blocker, so that's good. And then we probably go... Oh, another... Okay, that's fine. That's fine. We don't have a blocker right now. We're getting a bit unlucky here, but I don't think it matters.
I swear, bro.
Pick no cards to draw. Wow. Not getting lucky. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, not getting lucky at all. I have I have 8 Luffy cards in my deck somewhere, but every time I use it, it just doesn't exist. It's fine.
Okay, so the play here is to do what we did before. We swing with 5, give that -4, so then we just need to -3 to this, and then it has 0 cost.
Honestly, I'm giving up.
You gotta hang in there, dude.
No.
You can win, dude. You just gotta believe in the heart of the cards.
But dude, you have 4 life and I have 2.
Yeah, it's not looking
I
good,
need
brother.
to protect my life right now.
It's not looking good, brother.
Mm-mm.
Because I can do this too. Bye-bye!
This KO is great, except I only have 2 cards in my hand, so like... Yeah, I could heal, but then I have 0 cards.
Yeah.
Sucks.
Kind of did that one on purpose. So there we go. We get 2 on there, and then we can swing twice. And now he's down to 0 life. Bit unlucky. This is the only downside to blue yellow ace. I feel like you can, if you brick, you just lose.
Pretty much. Oh my god, finally. Holy crap. But I'm also losing out on so much right now. Oh my god.
Okay, so he gets Luffy. I have a sneaky suspicion what he's going to get rid of. Yep. And he probably has an ace, I'd imagine. He's got 6 Don. So he's probably going to swing with 7 twice. Max, I think. He's going to swing with 7 and 8, maybe. Okay, that's fine by me. Yeah. Interesting. Choosing to not attack me. Kinda want to keep that, don't I? Yeah, I think I want to keep that. Sorry, brother.
It's okay, you can only attack me twice.
I wouldn't be so sure. So...
As of right now, 3 times technically. 3, you can attack me 3 times now.
yeah.
Yeah.
You just conceded. All right, well,
I only had 4k counter, bro. What?
yeah, I know. Hey, don't get salty on me.
I'm not salty with you. I'm salty with the heart of the cards. You know how many times I searched for a Luffy and I didn't find anything? And then I finally do, and then I had a little brother, a 5 cost port ace, a 5 cost Luffy, another 5 5 cost Luffy, 5 cost Luffy, ace, and then 2 little brothers that I had to get rid of just to... Bro. Insane. We'll keep it, I guess. Disgusting.
You made me laugh.
The RNG is not on my side.
I actually don't want to do this. I want to keep this. I don't want this to go. Whatever. Well, there's a best of 3, a GG, but we'll always play 3. We'll play 3 matches.
Let's see. I got that. Got that. That. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay, this is a bit better now. Okay, yeah, we'll do this.
I actually didn't see a single pudding last game at all.
Yeah, honestly, that.
And the only Viola I had was the very first Viola I played, and then it never showed up in my deck the rest of the game.
Yeah, you could have potentially won with that. We do this, do that, do this, a little bit of that. It's gonna use it anyway, but Just showing the combos, the options you have with these low cost ones. This is pretty much what you can do really early. But honestly, the goal is to try and get rid of these, so... yeah, whatever. Whatever.
And if that tells you anything, I have nothing 4 cost or lower in my hand.
That's good news for me. Okay, this is quite good, but what we want to really do here is set up to defend, because he's got nothing to eliminate on the board, so we just set up and we just take a 6k swing. Get a nice blocker out. Borsalino is really good. Like, this card, if you like actually think about it, it's really good. On the opponent's turn, it gains 1,000, so it's a 6k blocker, and it can't be KO'd by effects. We actually ran into that on some of our off-camera matches where Matt tried to use that Luffy combo to destroy it, but you can't when it's you know, your opponent's turn. It can't be destroyed by anything, so it's kind of invulnerable. It can only really get killed if I use it as a blocker. So it's quite strong, and it works well with the navy sort of black deck here, so it's a good card to get out. We of course got rid. So that was the thing I changed in this deck. I ran a lot of Sabos, and it's like I think I just had too many blockers. Sabo's good. It's a you know, anti-KO effects again, but I just think Jack and a couple of these other ones just complement this deck a lot better. So that's what we did, and I feel like my win rates have increased quite drastically, doing those little bit of tinkering there. So the cool thing about this being 6k too is that I can just use this, and then I can just get rid of
1k
this.
counter out.
Yeah, 1k counter out. So.
Yep. Stays forever.
Yep. We still have to worry about a pudding if he has one, but otherwise we can rock and roll here. These aren't the best, actually. Okay. So with 7 done, because we've already got a blocker out, the best move really is to do this, subtract 4, get the Don on Smoker, gets it to 5, use the on-play effect of Tashigi once per turn when it's been summoned, get rid of the blocker, and boom, he no longer has a blocker. Can't really attack with these two, unfortunately. Don't want to attack with Borsalino either, so we just swing for 8 and force a life, most likely. Yeah. So it kind of sucks when you do all these decisions because they do cost a lot of Don, so you can really only take advantage of it then and not get a lot of attacks in, but it's still worth it. He can't rush with Ace because he's got 3 lives, so that's fine.
Yep.
It's still a problem though. It's still a 7k 5 cost. He's going to swing with 1300 now, so it really forced me to get rid of my blocker. Or I could take a life, but yeah, we just that's too much to defend. We just take. You can have the blocker. That's fine.
And if anyone is wondering why I'm playing like this, I legitimately had nothing else I could do. I had 4 cards. I had 4 Dawn. Yeah. I'm kind of revealing my hand here, but I don't have anything that's 4 cost or lower in my hand after playing that 2 cost little brother. So
unlucky.
But getting my leader to 7k life or power is very beneficial against this deck, especially when I can't get any cards out to attack.
So we can use Ice Age to subtract 5 cost. We get the Smoker buff. We've still got 7 Don left over, so we can do our true combo, which really is getting this out and then getting Brook out on play to get rid of that. That's another combo. There's many ways you can do that combo, but that's probably the better way. This is on play, so it's kind of worthless. If I had 1 extra Don, it'd be okay, but, you know, we have to bump this to 7 so we can at least attack, because his leader has 7k. So we sprinkle a couple Don on here, and should hopefully force a couple counters. It's probably going to counter out of this. Yeah, it's too easy to not counter. And this one's a little bit more difficult, forces a life. He gets down to 2 though, so that's his sweet spot. His deck really does well with having 2 or less life. Most yellow decks do well, have effects when it comes to that type of stuff, just because you can manipulate your life. So now he can swing with 7. So the fact that he does that straight away probably means he's got another one in his hand, so he can swing twice. I would imagine, because he didn't use his ability with Ace. So if he uses his ability with Ace, then he's only down to 3 Don. Which there's nothing really in his deck that even has 3 Don. So that would be my assumption. Because I assume he's going to use this other 5 Don, I think we just tank this. That's actually a really good card that we got there anyway, so that's fine. Which he knows if he remembers what I just pulled.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that was correct, and he got rid of my blocker anyway. That's kind of good, to be honest. And that's okay, you can have that. Because
There was a couple different things I could have done, but
yeah,
ultimately it all leads to just getting rid of your blocker anyway, so
yeah, the only thing is that I just drew another one, so I can just do it again.
yeah, I knew you had another blocker, so I figured get rid of one so you don't have 2.
So I kind of played that out of order, but that's okay. Because I can still do this. So that's still there. And then, honestly, like, I would normally want to put more on my leader to get 7k, but because he doesn't have 7k on his leader, I don't have to do that. So the better play here is to actually just get another Brook on field, on play, get rid of the ace. So now we've got 2 Brooks, we're a bit of a problem, and we can still swing twice to force a couple more cards out of his hand, or get him down to 0 life. I doubt that that's going to be the case, though. Yeah, this is so easy to counter here, so... We got 1 life out of it, though, that's worth. We've still got a blocker, and we've got a really good next turn as well. So lots of different combos you can do with Rebecca, with this deck, which is really good. And then you've got to think I've got the Moria too, which can get a Rebecca back, which then I can trigger both of their effects, so... Okay, so he gets Newgate out, so I get attacks if I want to attack. We just block that. So I have to sacrifice 2 cards in my hand if I want to attack. But it only applies to my character, so I could technically stack 10 Don on my leader and guarantee the other life. 10 Don is quite a lot for me to deal with, honestly. Like, just if I do the math, realistically, I can't really get him down at all, so... Yeah, it just stalls for another turn, to be honest. I mean... Yeah, I mean, actually... no, it's probably... I was going to say, it's like, is it worth me attacking twice? Getting rid of my entire hand? But I still might have enough. But the thing is, I'm probably only going to be swinging with 6 and 5. So that's easily counted out. So I don't think it's worth... No, it's not worth. I think we just force the 1 life and then we can do that next turn. We have a good enough... actually, no, because he's got the Newgate, so we're going to play smart. We're going to play smart here. We get another blocker out, yeah, and then we can still swing with this amount of Don. That should still be enough to force the life. Yeah, that was a better play. So if you didn't get any of that... So when he attacks these 2, I have to discard 2 cards to attack with them. So in my head, I was thinking, okay, I could attack with this technically, get rid of 2 cards. Attack with this technically, get rid of 2 cards. Have no cards in my hand. But because this is 5k 5k power, and this is 6k power. Okay, he gets rid of my brook. 5k power, 6k power. He probably, with the amount of cards in his hand, were able to counter both those out. So then if I... And, you know, if I attacked with 10k Don on my... Or 10 Don on my leader, I would have definitely won. But that was a risky play. So I think this is better, just setting up with a blocker. Because he's got a big unit there. We want to block against that. Granted, he can swing with 7 if he gets a good ace rush card here. He's got a lot of Don to work with. He gets a blocker out, so that's okay. We're both sort of setting up, but I've still got 3 life, so I've still got advantage. I don't know. This is a good card for that reason. The new gate. But staying with only like 3 or 4 cards in our hand really prevents him from using pudding. Because there's no... I'll actually get more cards than he can discard. So that's a good counter towards her.
Man, yeah, I should do this. For sure, for sure, for sure.
Yeah, we forced life there. That's good. That was a good draw. Yeah, then we block.
The downside of him not being able to attack it, I can't get rid of any of the cards that you used.
Yeah.
But you have.
I'm just thinking here, is this worth? Probably not. What's that? I've got to do 5, so I can do it, but I think I'd prefer another card in my hand. Yeah, gives me better options.
And well, GG.
You've got a blocker, dude.
I'll have a blocker.
Just the one.
Yeah.
Is there anything I can do to guarantee the dubskis? Let's see. So if I were to do that, that leaves me with 6 Don. I could... This is where I really want the Moria. The Moria here, I sort of guarantee win. I could still do something with this though. I'm just figuring out what the good combo is. Or do I just do this and this? That's 6. That leaves me with 4. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I might be playing this incorrect. It's just your 7K.
I should have played this differently.
Yeah.
But it just sucks because this. I should have played it slightly differently. I think ultimately I would be right here, but it would be different.
This is a lot. Actually, this is really a lot for me to think of. I've got another combo in my hand too. I know this is probably blaringly obvious, but it really isn't. I guess I could put that in my hand as well. But that's still using... I've just got to like think of how much Don I want to use to eliminate your... I've still got one on the field too. I've still got a Brook on the field. I didn't think of that. Yeah. So I can still always subtract. So that's 4. Yeah, that's still 6. I'm just thinking if I mess this up, I'm kind of screwed next turn. So I'm just... that's why I'm taking a bit too long on this.
No, you're fine.
I don't know what's the best move. I actually don't know. Um. Yeah, just oh god, this is okay. I gotta make a decision.
Oh man, it's
so close. I think I misplayed that, to be honest, but that's okay. That sucks. Okay. Like I could here. I can still do the combo I want, but I don't win.
what sucks is I can only use my activate main once per turn. It sucks.
I'm gonna go with it anyway. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, you can still counter out though. You'll probably be able to counter out. This is the only thing. I feel like there could have been another way, but I can at least guarantee 2 attacks, but it just depends. I might still get lucky. Probably not though. Yeah. That sucks. There's like one other move I could have done, but I still would have been left with 4 Dawn. And I don't know if it would have been enough. So you're gonna swing twice, I assume. Yeah. You actually did it. Yeah, I had a feeling. Yeah, I could only get 9 there. Wow, there you go. Little redemption.
You should have just swung at my life. You should have attached your Dawn in a way that you could have been over. I mean, getting rid of the Dawn.
You had the blocker though. Like
Yeah.
You
had to either be able to hit me 3 times or because
you got to remember you had 7k on your hero.
Yeah.
That really messed me up. That's what made me think about it. If you had 5k, I would have won easy. But 7k, that extra 2k. You had Satori. You still had, so what? You got Satori and you had that. So you had 2, 3, 4, 5k. You had 5k counter. Right? Unless you just drew one of those cards.
Yeah, I had. Technically, I had 6k. I had 2. 3. I actually only had 4k counter.
4k counter. Okay, so let me just think. So if I had 4k count, if you had 4k counter, and I didn't play. So if I had stacked. Yeah, you're probably right actually, because I could have probably stacked 3 on Hina. So that was an 8k swing. You would have probably blocked it. Let's just think about that. If you blocked that, then I would have been able to attack twice. Yeah, maybe. I feel like you would have maybe survived with 1k counter still.
Yeah.
It was tough.
It was tough.
Yeah,
that was
a good
tough.
match.
I definitely thought I was gonna lose this game,
Yeah.
and then like right when it was my turn, I was like, okay, I have 2 cards I can attack with already. I have this that has rush. I was like, this is really. I could either gamble and try to get 7 on my life, or gamble and try to get rid of all of his life and win this. So
yeah.
It's tough. There's not really a right answer for that. It's just a AG.
yeah. No, like I say, I probably could have risked it, but yeah, I knew I was kind of. I mean, that was kind of lucky though. If you didn't have that ace, that 10k ace, I would have been fine. So I didn't expect you had that. I thought you had 2. If you had 2 5k swings, then I would have been. Oh yeah, 5 cost swings, then I would have been able to win. But that was good. It was a good play. Yeah. Overall, 2-1 though. Get wrecked, but a much better. I think much better.
I've been beating this deck more regularly.
Yeah.
Than before though.
I think you're understanding your deck a lot more, which is great.
And the big thing too is if I just think about the fact that even though my blocker did what I wanted it to do initially on play, I can still use it as a blocker.
Yeah.
I think and then like with the 5 cost ace blocker that I had the last game that I didn't use, I can't tell you the amount of times where I literally just forget that I have a blocker out there.
Yeah.
Even though I'm staring at it. So unlucky.
But a much better, I think a much better 3 games. We kind of showcased the Smoker versus Blue Yellow deck. I did win 2-1, but I think it's not impossible to beat that deck, and there could have been a couple of misplays. There's always going to be misplays that can make you win or lose, but overall pretty strong. And yeah, just let me know if you want to see a deck review of either of these decks. I mean, I can go over it and explain what all the combos are. And I can make a short little video doing that, but otherwise pretty cool there, so we'll take that. GG's, Matt.
And yeah, GG's. From my understanding, the blue yellow ace and the red ace deck, neither one of those are particularly strong, like in the meta per se. Like if you look at the deck list, you'll be able to see all the different decks that are kind of meta decks or really, really powerful decks. And I don't think either one of the ace decks that I run is really in that group.
Yeah.
But it's still fun.
And it kind of proves that you can still, because I think my Smoker deck is a meta deck in terms of like it has some OPO9, it has a lot of OPO9. It definitely placed first in a couple tournaments, so it's definitely a used and well-known deck, probably in the meta, I would imagine. But it just goes to show, like, you won with a off-meta deck, technically, right? Now, that could have been my mistake that caused the win, but you still had to play the certain cards you played, and it worked out, and it counted. So I think that always gives hope, because sometimes TCGs can just get, especially like Yu-Gi-Oh! And even like Magic, they get just... It's just meta heavy. We'll probably do another video like this and maybe pick 2 different decks next time. And just keep pumping out content where it's, best of 3s. I enjoy it. I mean, I think it's fun, and we get, it's casual, so you can get an idea of what we're doing. But eventually we might have to add the stakes. Raise the stakes a bit. Maybe have something to play for, but we'll see. Playing against a friend, too, with no real stakes is a really good way of learning, too, so I'd always recommend that.
Yeah.
Anyway, though, that is going to do it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.